y'all, it's Heather, and we are going to be reviewing the new Beauty Below palette from Blend Bunny. Look at this artwork. This is stunning. Let's jump into it. This is the newest launch from Blend Bunny. Blend Bunny is one of my favorite brands, and this is the Beauty Below palette. This is some of the prettiest packaging that Blend Bunny has ever done. This is a heavy palette. It has a mirror in it, which we don't see always from Blend Bunny, and the pans are magnetic, so you can mix and match, move these around. That's not something I really do with my palettes, but I know a lot of y'all really like to do that. It does make the palette usually more expensive when you have a mirror, when you have the magnetic pans. It makes it heavier, but I love this packaging, and I think this is a beautiful palette. These are very deep, dark, murky, but still vibrant tones. I don't know. I'm into this. I'm really excited to show you like the dramatic looks I created, the easy look I created. I have swatches, I have some comparisons. We have got it all, but I love Blend Bunny, and I'm just super excited to share this palette. I will put the launch time, the details, all down below in the description box and in a pinned comment. You can use my code at Blend Bunny. My code is Heather. It will give you at a discount. It is an affiliated code, and it will also be in the description box if you're ever shopping the site and you want to save. But I want to show you my looks with this palette, but first we're going to jump into comparisons. Let's start by talking about Lunar next to the new Beauty Below, because I know the owner of Blend Bunny said that when she was creating Lunar, she had shades and she had this concept kind of in mind for Beauty Below or their sister palettes. You know, like I enjoy reading her thought process over on Instagram, and I want to show you these two side by side because I do think that they complement each other really well. I think Lunar is like the mermaid, the fun, the playful side, and then we have Beauty Below, which is more of the evil, villainous, siren side. You know, I think these complement each other really well. And then there is also the Trove quad that launched with the Lunar palette. It's a quad of multi-chromes, and Blend Bunny mentioned that they may have a sale or they may have some bundles with Lunar and the new palette and Trove to where you can get them all at a discount, and I really like all of these palettes. I also wanted to show you the new palette next to Longing. Longing is really beautiful, and there's definitely some of those same tones in the kind of green blue shades. We definitely have that gradient in Longing, but there's no dupes, no repeating shades between these if you're looking at these blue green tones together. I also pulled a few palettes that I want to show you comparisons, but more so that I think will pair really well together. So Sickly Sweet I think will be absolutely beautiful with this palette. Sickly Sweet does have some deep colors. It's very versatile. It's one of my favorite pastel palettes in my collection. These bright, vibrant pastel shades, these really like unique undertones that Blend Bunny has, I think would look so gorgeous with the deep and mid tones of this new palette. If you're watching this video and you really want to try Blend Bunny, you haven't tried the brand, but you want something a little more muted, neutral, not so bright, vibrant colors, definitely check out All Done Up. This is one of my favorite palettes, if not my favorite palette that Blend Bunny has done. Super, super beautiful. And then another palette that I have to say I think would be absolutely gorgeous with this new one is the collaboration from Lens. This has some really bright shades. It's overall a very bright palette, although it does have that black color. It's very different for Blend Bunny, and I think these would pair so beautifully together if you like to mix and match and create looks. I am excited. I've shown you these comparisons. I've shown you swatches. I want to get into the looks. I am going to prime my eyes with my Melt eyeshadow base, and I am going to first press the shadow on with my finger. This is the shade Mermazing. And I don't really like to use my finger to apply shadows normally, but I'm going for a very kind of easy, effortless vibe today. So I'm going to start off with my finger, and then I'm going to go with the brush. I want to use a tiny bit of the shade Entrapment. I'm putting this little bit of the shadow on with my Singe EO6. So I'm just kind of pressing and blending like that. I'm not worried about it being perfect. I'm not ever worried about it being perfect, but especially right now, we're gonna kind of trust the process. So I'm going to blend once I have most of the shadow off my brush like this, and really, really diffuse that shade so that it's not harsh and not super intense. I'm adding a tiny bit more to my lid to make it a little darker right here, but then a little bit of a blend. Now I'm gonna go into Abduction, and I'm gonna put this in the socket. I'm going to use it to kind of diffuse that first shade we went on with. I'm going to use it to kind of diffuse that deeper shade. I've got another Cinch brushes. This is my EO2. And I'm just kind of messily blending, but not too messy, you know? Like still keeping the shape, trying to keep it light and easy. I'm taking the shade Abyss on my Game Beauty brush, and I want to just kind of get this on the lower lash line. I want to have this little bit of navy to kind of complement that shimmer on the lid. I think it's gonna look really cute with this deep, dark, kind of cool tone brown. Something a little extra, a little more is more, you know? You could definitely skip shadow on the lower lash line if you don't want this look to be as much, or you could use this entrapment shade that we used on the outer corner and kind of bring that under. That would make it a little less, but I just wanted to incorporate this navy. I think it's fun. I'm using the same shade we used on the lid with our finger, and I'm just taking this Singe EO1 and I'm kind of smoothing things out, making sure I have shadow in all my little wrinkles and crinkles with the brush. I'm gonna highlight the inner corner with Lull and Slay using my 210 from BK Beauty. This is a pretty purple color. I think this is just gonna be kind of a fun, quick look. I've got this like green, blue, brown on my lid. Then we fade into this light kind of purple shade, then the navy, and then it wraps up into this dark kind of cool tone brown out here. I don't know, a little colorful, but also kind of easy. I'm feeling it. I decided to just go with a little liner in the waterline and some mascara for this look, but I'm so feeling it. I'm actually about to rush out the door, and I'm so happy that this is my eye look for the day. I think it's easy, it's a little effortless, but it's still like, it's drawing me in, you know? Like I feel like there's just something extra while it was still easy and not extra to do. It just looks a little extra, you know? You know what I'm saying. Let's jump into the next look. I'm gonna start this look by priming with my Sigma Ignite eyeshadow primer. Please excuse my AirPod. I hope it doesn't bother you. I've just got a little music playing as I get ready with y'all to help me like not hear all the background noise happening in my house. But I'm gonna prime, and we're gonna do two different eye looks today. We're gonna do them at the same time because I have found for me it's easier to get a cohesive look using different colors if I'm doing the shadow kind of hand in hand, so I can keep the depth level and the placement the same. I'm gonna start over here with the shade Beckon, and we are going with something dramatic. I want color, drama. I want to have fun with my makeup today. So I'm just gonna put this beautiful purple shade all in my socket, and I'm using a BK Beauty 206. I'm gonna put the shade Dark Truth, the green, this beautiful green over here on this eye. Same technique, I'm just pressing, and then we can blend in a minute. I'm not super worried about that right now, but I want to get this green on, and I'm using a MAC. This is a MAC, I'm not sure, I will put it up for you because it's a limited edition like collection. There's no number on it, but it is a permanent brush, just in special packaging. I'm gonna pack just a little bit more of the purple shadow on because I feel like the green was a little more intense and I had blended this out a little too much. So to kind of keep them the same intensity, I just added a little more purple. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Tempt. I think this is going to be really, really pretty next to that first shade we went on with. And I'm pressing it off of my brush onto my lid, bringing it out like this. And then I'm just going to lightly blend it in with that purple. Doesn't have to be perfect right now. We're going to blend more in a bit, but I just want to get this buffed, deepen up my outer corner. I like to keep the outer part of my lid matte. So I'm just bringing it down there and out and around. Cute. I like those two shades together. This is Take Heed, and I'm using a 211 brush, and I'm gonna do the exact same placement. I like to do this when I wear 2 different eye looks, create something that's different but still has cohesion with the shape, the depth. This one's gonna be a little bit darker just because this is a black shadow, but it should still come together in a really, really cool way. So I'm just kind of tapping and buffing. Again, it does not have to be a perfect blend right now. Just getting the shadow on, getting the shape how I want it. I am taking a clean blending brush and I am just going over the edges of where we stopped these shadows. Just nothing on the brush and blending a little bit so that we have a nice transition, things flow together. Just buffing lightly. Barely putting pressure on my skin. I did the same thing over here on this side, just clean brush, buff and blend. For both eyes, I'm just gonna put black eyeliner in the waterline and on the lower lash line. I'm gonna put the shade Deadly Fate on my lid. I've got the shadow on my brush, and then I sprayed my brush with a little setting spray after I picked it up. I just wanna place this on the lid and then blend. So pressing it off of my brush onto the inner part of my lid, and I'm not gonna cover up the darker outer corner. And over here, I wanna go in with the shade Cursed. Oh, this is pretty. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. This is so pretty. I have not worn this shade on my eyes yet. I have swatched it and it's beautiful, but oh my gosh, the sparkle in this shade is stunning, so stunning. Oh, I'm so into it. I'm so into it. Okay, I'm gonna stop because I think y'all get the point. I am so into this shade. That's beautiful. I'm gonna put Intoxicating right on top of that black liner that we put down. It's just a small area. I'm using this smudger brush, this 204, and I'm gonna kind of buff that in. And it's just gonna be a little something under the lower lash line because it's gonna blend with that black and be sultry, but a little extra, you know. And over here, I'm going in with a little bit of pulled under. Like I said, it's just a little subtle something. I'm just kind of buffing it. Nothing intense. Now I'm gonna highlight the inner corner. I'm just going to pop Her Prey on this side. Oh, that's so cute. I love this. I feel so, I don't know, like a siren. I definitely feel like a siren. And I just want to keep that shade right in here. I don't want it to get away from me. I don't want it to be overpowering. I just want it to be a little bright on the inner corner. I'm gonna put Trance over here as my inner corner highlight. It's so pretty next to these really deep shades, and it's gonna pull in that kind of green that we have going on here. Oh, I'm into it, y'all. I'm so into it. Let me throw on liner and a lash. All right, y'all, here are the finished looks, look 2 and 3. I'm so into them. Like always, this palette blended beautifully. Blend Bunny always makes really beautiful shadows. I didn't have any problems. I think the shimmers are really, really beautiful. I feel like Blend Bunny has really always had an amazing matte formula, but recently they have been stepping up their shimmer game. Like, it's getting better and better, and they're just doing such a good job with them. I mean, I really think these are some beautiful shimmers. Blend Bunny did say that this palette was arranged in quads. That was the thought process when they were creating it. So I just want to show you some quad examples, maybe give you some inspiration here. I think this is a really cool design. I'm into it. I really like that they gave us kind of a darker palette. I think this is really cool. I think it has a cool place in their line, this different color story for them, and having something that doesn't have a ton of light shades, because I know a lot of y'all have been looking for palettes from Blend Bunny that don't have all those light shades, and I think this is fun. Again, I'm obsessed with the packaging. This is my favorite packaging from Blend Bunny ever. This is so cool. I'm so into it. Yes, it's a heavy palette, but I love it. Like, I want to sit it out. I want to look at it. I'm into it. I hope that you enjoyed my 3 looks, my swatches, my comparison. I love Blend Bunny, and I was so excited when I got this palette in. So I'm going to pop up some more videos here. I love talking about new makeup. I love reviewing new makeup. I love shopping my stash. I love all kinds of makeup. I will always talk about it. So chat with me down in the comments. Let me know what you think about this newest launch from Blend Bunny.